This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it easy to keep up to date with transfer news, scores and stats all in the one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description. The app is free. To watch more of this video, get over and join us on Patreon.
Here's Mark. I mean, it's a loaded question. I suppose it's the right time, and hopefully we'll be doing a lot more on this topic, but let's just face it head on. A couple of days after the season's finished, wounds are still open, emotions are still high, people are still crying because of where they lost the league title. I mean, listen.
Where did they lose it?
Carnage in here the last couple of days. Carnage.
Where did they lose it?
Oh my God, there's so much. So many tears. So many tears. So many tears.
Where did they lose it? That's all I've asked you.
That's the question. I think that's the question more for them than us.
Well, no, I thought there was a song going around.
I believe there might be a song. But
yeah.
That top six, when you look at it, when you look at Manchester United, certainly, you look at them and you just think, wow, they are really shit. And I think the big problem for Man United is that there's a lot going on. There's going to be...
There's a lot of shit going on.
There's a lot... I mean, that's the hardest bit. See, I look at us, and I like to think that I can pinpoint where we need to strengthen the team. And I think that is a big... Like, last summer for us, you look at us and you go, there's so much to be done.
Yeah.
So much.
There was, yeah.
This summer, I'm like, well, we've honed it a bit now. We've honed it down to certain places. I look at Man United and I just think they're a club that have got so much to do in terms of recruitment, bringing young players through, getting rid of basically shite orcs at the club that have been left to infest that club because they look good on a poster selling merchandise, and that for them I think is a worry, and I think that's for us is that first step of saying, right, we need to catch them. I said this on Twitter Sunday night, and a really prominent Man United fan with a hell of a lot of followers retweeted it and was like, and you know when you just think, oh, he's going to take the piss, and just like, you know what, he's not wrong, because, and a lot of Man United fans agreed because of the way they are. So that's got to be the first one, isn't it? I mean, we you know, with sound investments and a bit of consistency, and maybe the fact we're not in Europe, even though I would prefer we were in Europe, that's definitely the first step for me.
Overhauling them.
Yeah.
It's got to be. It's got to be. I don't think Arsenal are all that clever myself either. I'm not sure the manager's got a firm grip on what he wants to do there. I think they've been all right, but would they have done any worse with Wenger? No, not at all. So I think I look at them two and I just think big gaps in both of those sides. I think Chelsea aren't clever either. Hazard's going. I think Chelsea are like a workman-like side. I think that that have a little sprinkling. But United, you look at United, they're horrendous. They're absolutely horrendous at the moment. And to turn them into... I mean, Solskjaer himself said, he said, we can't get near the top two, which is United. Manager saying this before the summer's even started. The top, we can't get near them. It's going to take us years to catch them, which again, is nonsense for any manager to say, because you're literally 2 transfer windows away from being able to catch the top 2. So that to me is berserk. But it depends. I suppose it depends how much money he's got to spend, and if he knows the issues that are facing him to get a team. I think when you're talking about catching Man City and Liverpool, which they're looking at, obviously where we can't look at that, you're talking about being able to be consistent, and that's the issue, isn't it? So I suppose for us to leapfrog them, we're talking about consistency as well. United had an unbelievable 10 weeks when he took over. They won like his first 9 games or something mad like that, and that gave them that cushion. Otherwise, us and Wolves might have been in with a chance of overhauling them. So for next season, you're absolutely right. They look like they need a whole defence. The defence is everywhere. The midfield has got nothing. You know, Pogba's a fantastic footballer when he can be asked. He's got to go. He's a big poster boy, but he's a big problem once there. So you're looking at the midfield and going, there's all right players, but the front bit is the best bit for United. Rashford's fantastic. I think Martial on his day is really good. Rom, obviously, but I don't think Lukaku will be there.
I think Rom's got the same problem Pogba's got.